Finally, with regard to the hadith 1227, وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه متفق عليه. And from Abu Hurairah رضي الله عنه, from the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, that he said, whoever fasts Ramadan based upon true faith and upon his hoping for reward, then he will be forgiven his previous sins. Agreed upon. As for who reports this hadith, again, as Imam Nawawi said, it's indeed agreed upon, reported both by Al-Bukhari and Muslim. We find it in the Sahih of Al-Bukhari in two places. Firstly, in Kitab al-Iman, Book of True Faith, chapter 28, fasting Ramadan whilst hoping for reward is a part of Iman, part of true faith. Hadith number 38. Also brought by Al-Bukhari in Kitab al-Sawm, the Book of Fasting, chapter 6. Whoever fasts Ramadan out of true faith and hoping for reward and with correct intention. And the wording there of Al-Bukhari is Man qama laylatul qadr, whoever stands in prayer in Laylatul Qadr out of true faith and hoping for reward, he'll be forgiven his previous sins. And whoever fasts Ramadan, to the end of the hadith, hadith 1901. And the third of the two places where Bukhari brings it, you see it's actually three places. My mistake. The third place, the previous number was 1901, 1901. And the third place Bukhari brings it is the book of the virtues of Laylatul Qadr, chapter 1, the virtue of Laylatul Qadr, hadith 2014, 2014. Reported by Imam Muslim in the book of the Traveller's Prayers, hadith 760. Also reported by all of the four Sunan, reported by Abu Dawud in the book of Prayer, chapter 318, with regard to the standing in prayer in the month of Ramadan, hadith 1372. As you can see, some of the wordings, without going into the different wordings, some of the wordings mentioned whoever fasts Ramadan, and the rewards mentioned. Some mentioned whoever stands in prayer in Ramadan, and some of them mentioned whoever stands in prayer during Laylatul Qadr. And some have two of the phrases together. So Abu Dawud reports it in the book of prayer, chapter number 318, with regard to standing in prayer in the month of Ramadan, hadith 1372. Reported by Tirmidhi in the book of fasting, the first chapter, what occurs with regard to the virtue of fasting in Ramadan. And the wording there of Tirmidhi is, whoever fasts Ramadan and stands in prayer during it, out of Iman and Ihtisab, true faith and hoping for reward. Hadith number 683. Reported also by Imam al-Nasai in the book of fasting, chapter 39, the reward of one who stands in Ramadan and fasts it, out of Iman and hoping for reward. Hadith number 2203, 2204 and 2205. And reported by Ibn Majah in his Sunan in two places. Firstly, in the book of the establishment of the prayer, chapter 173, what occurs with regard to standing in prayer in the month of Ramadan, hadith 1326. And also Ibn Majah reports it in the book of fasting, chapter 2, what occurs with regard to the virtue of the month of Ramadan, hadith 1641. Also reported by others besides, reported by Imam Ahmad, Al-Bayhaqi, Ibn Hibban, Ibn Khuzaymah, Al-Baghawi in Sharh al-Sunnah, and many others besides. As for the praises in the hadith mentioned, they were saying of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Imanan, that whoever fasts the month of Ramadan, whoever fasts Ramadan, Imanan, out of Iman. With regard to this phrase, that he does so Imanan, Imam Badruddin al-Aini said in Umdat al-Qari, his explanation of al-Bukhari, meaning believing that which is true and is obedience. In having faith, that's something true, and an act of obedience. On the same phrase that he fasts Imanan, Imam al-Sindi said in his notes to the Sunan of Ibn Majah, explaining why it's mansub, why it's got a double fatha on the end. Imanan, he said, maf'ulun li ajlihi. This is a grammar point. This is maf'ulun li ajlihi. It means it's something which indicates a reason or a purpose, meaning that he does it on account of his having Iman in Allah and in His Messenger, or on account of his having Iman, his believing in whatever he came with regard to the virtue of Ramadan and the command to fast it. And finally, on this phrase, Imanan, that he does it out of Iman, Imam al-Baghawi said in Sharh al-Sunnah, Al-Khattabi said, he quotes from Al-Khattabi, and the original quote is in the explanation of Al-Bukhari by Al-Khattabi. So he said, Al-Khattabi said, Imanan wa ihtisaban, mentioned both ways together, that he fasts Ramadan out of Iman, through faith, wa ihtisaban, and hoping for reward, he said. Meaning, he does it with niyyah, with intent and azima, and with resolve. And it is that he fasts it with belief and with desire for its reward, feeling good in himself upon its performance, not having any dislike for it, not holding it to be a burden to have to fast it, and not feeling that its days are too long for him. Rather, that he seizes the benefit of the length of its days to gain tremendous reward. As for the phrase wahtisaban, and he does it hoping for reward, then Mullah Ali al-Qari said in the explanation of Mishkat Milqat al-Mafatih, he said, meaning seeking reward from him, he the Most High, or ikhlasan, or that he does it with ikhlas, purity and sincerity. Also on this phrase ihtisaban, Imam Badruddin al-Aini said in Umdat al-Qari, meaning that he does it desiring the face of Allah the Most High, not doing it for riyah, not doing it for show or for anything else. Or it may be that a person does something which he believes is true, however he does not actually do it mukhlisa, he doesn't do it purely and sincerely. Rather, he may do it for show or out of fear of someone or the like of that. And so Badruddin al-Aini is explaining why the second word is necessary after the first word, Imanan, that he does it on belief, but still there's a necessity for the second word, ihtisaban. So the person might do something believing it to be true, but he might not be doing it actually ihtisaban, truly seeking reward for it, meaning doing it purely and sincerely. But he might be doing it for show or fear of someone for the like. Finally, on this phrase, Shaykh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz said, as occurs in Al-Hurr al-Idriziyya, the book put together, full-volume book put together by one of his students, taken from the lessons of the Shaykh, an explanation of Bukhari, Shaykh ibn Baz rahimahullah said, Ihtisaban means, said, seeking reward. Does it? Seeking reward. As opposed to one who does it just blindly following others. As for the final phrase, غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ, then his previous sins will be forgiven for him. On this phrase, Mullah Ali al-Qari said in his explanation of Mishkat, Mirqat al-Mafatih, meaning the lesser sins, the sara'ir. And it is hoped for him that there may be pardon regarding his major sins. Also, Imam al-Nawawi said in his explanation of Muslim, on this phrase, غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا يَتَقَدَّرُ مِنْ ذَنْبِهِ, his previous sins will be forgiven for him. He said, Nawawi, what is well known with the jurists is that this is specific to forgiveness of the lesser sins, not the major sins. And some of them said it is possible that it may bring about a lessening of his major sins if it doesn't encounter any lesser sins. If he didn't have any lesser sins to be wiped away, then it's possible that it can reduce his major sins. As for the points of benefit to be taken from the hadith, then amongst them are the following 4 points of benefit. Firstly, that which Abu Awana quoted as a chapter heading for the hadith, an explanation of the reward of one who fasts Ramadan. Secondly, that which Imam Bukhari brings as a chapter heading for the hadith, second point of benefit, that fasting Ramadan whilst hoping for reward is a part of Iman, is a part of true faith. Third point of benefit is that which Ibn Battal said in his explanation of Bukhari. He said this hadith is a clear proof that righteous deeds will not grow and become pure, and nor will they be accepted except along with ihtisab. A person does them hoping for reward and with correct intentions. Just as he alayhi salam said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَلِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى, that actions are only done on account of intentions, and every person shall have only that which he intended. He said, Ibn Battal continued, and this refutes the saying of Zufar, who claim that it is sufficient that a person fasts Ramadan without intention. And he just withholds from food and drink and the like, withholds in the daytime without an intention to fast. That will suffice him. So he said this refutes the saying of Zufar, who claimed that fasting Ramadan without intention will suffice. And it is a saying which is rejected by these narrations. Finally, the fourth point of benefit is that which Al-Qari said, Mullah Ali Al-Qari said in his explanation of Mishkat, Mirqat al-Mafatih. He said, it shows that it is not disliked to say Ramadan without saying Shahru. You can say Ramadan, it's not disliked to say Ramadan without mentioning the month of Ramadan. A point we've had a number of times before. It's perfectly acceptable to say Ramadan without mentioning Shahru Ramadan.